No, I'm gonna take that back. I do have a real microphone. This fucking phone doesn't have a real port. Remember when phones had 3.5mm jacks? I actually have a 3.5mm Rode shot microphone that plugs directly into this damn phone. But I have to buy a USB-C one now. I had a lot of... I don't like downtown much. The standard downtown of here kind of has no soul. It's devoid of like, you have a lot of tall buildings, but I don't know, I don't get the feeling anybody does anything. It has a very low interest rate feeling about it. Lots of random weird ass startups doing shit nobody can make any sense of, kind of thing. I could be wrong. How is everybody doing? Are you all excited? So how many of you can I expect to show up Thursday morning? Hey, from Australia, Austin City Hall, Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Shane, I expect to see you there. I don't want to hear this bullshit I'm in Australia as an excuse. Dig. If you follow the hole that BWE dug for himself, you won't even have to do any digging. You'll be able to show up right next to me on Thursday morning. Just jump into it. You'll be good. Anybody in Australia can just jump down the hole that BWE dug for himself already. Then you'll be right here in Texas. And in Colorado. I suppose. Wait, Colorado's closer than Australia. Mr. Mind Labs, how are you doing today? Pleasure to see that you did not. Are you shaking in your boots from Cami research? Something tells me that you don't care. Oh, something tells me that going to Austin is a conflict of interest. I'm not a resident. Well, you guess who's also not a resident? The two people that are coming to speak to us. The two people that are allowed to speak during that hearing. One of them's a resident of Chicago, and one of them's a resident of Houston. Now, I have nothing against people from Chicago or Houston, but why are they allowed to speak in the city I pay sales tax in? And I'm not. Go figure, it's windy the one fucking day I show up without a shotgun microphone to do a stream. Go figure. Move to California. You see, I think I might be trading one set of problems for another with that. I also like my lake house. I don't want to trade my lake house for a studio apartment. I'm just probably being generous. If I sold my house, I don't even think I could buy a studio apartment. In the part, at least, I shouldn't say that. Maybe Riverside or something, but I don't want to buy Riverside. If I moved there, it would have to be for something like Laguna Beach, and I'd have to be able to actually afford it. I could afford to live in the backseat of my car in Laguna Beach. Whoosh. Yeah. The one time I walk around, that's windy, I know.
I have a question to ask you.
How are you?
Do you know Edison Ray?
No idea.
Do you know? Oh, yeah.
What is that?
There was a concert happening 2 minutes ago.
Oh.
Edison Ray, she's a pop star.
I missed it.
Can you sing with me?
Huh?
Can you sing with me?
I can't sing with myself.
You can't sing? Great.
Pleasure meeting you. Not in the mood to sing today. Maybe some other time. Yeah, this is stupid. But one day, I haven't done a live stream from a cell phone in like 3 years. The one day I do, it's fucking windy. You'll deal with it. Thank you, Google, for taking the headphone jack off of your phone so I can't plug the microphone up in the glove box of my car without buying something else. I did have a ThinkPad T520. I had that back from 2011 through 2017. That's 5'6" balding Italian to you, Dave Jose. Too much wind. Yep, I don't have a sound engineer. I'm literally standing in the middle of downtown. Sorry. everybody who's complaining about wind noise on the stream, you should advocate for headphone jacks and phones. I paid my $80 for my microphone already. I don't want to pay for a new one. Took my shit away from me. That was a good little shotgun too. I love that thing. I took that with me all around the country. This is I think it's a lime kombucha. It's exceptional. I treat myself to it like once every couple of weeks. It's very sugary. I don't know if this stuff's good for your teeth. Or is it going in the middle of the night? I'm just walking around to clear my thoughts, clear my head. This is on Spectrum Business Class Wi-Fi. This is on T-Mobile. 5G. It says UC next to it. I don't really know what UC means. Get a dongle. I don't want a fucking dongle. It clipped to the phone. The genius was that it clipped in. The headphone jack was not what it was held off if it had a clip, but it provided the minimal structural integrity. That is some rice mobile. How's your night? My bike is in my garage, broken and fucked up, and I need to fix it. I haven't made time to it. One of many things I need to make time for. Use. You know you want some dongle. I don't know, man. You do you. Not that there's anything wrong with that. UC is ultra capacity. Verizon's ultra wideband. Oh, Verizon's is ultra broken. Remember in 2007 when the iPhone came out on AT&T and they just fucked up everything? Like AT&T was an unusable network in New York City. They were completely destroyed. And Verizon back then had that "Can you hear me now" campaign, and they are actually killing everybody. I don't know what happened to them over the years, but Verizon went from being the one that was worth paying $150 or $200 a month for data, phone, and text from, to being a complete pile of shit that can barely do anything, that just drops signal on everything. What do we got here? Whew. Ultra capacity. You get noticed a lot these days. Not really. I am invisible. Or a mosquito, depending on who I'm talking to. Being invisible is slightly better than being considered a mosquito. Let's see. I wonder what Mr. Clinton is doing now. Probably sitting by the window yelling that he's only had 3 cans of food today. Demanding his 4th. So this is where I expect to see people around 10 a.m. on Thursday morning, Austin City Hall. You're still dog sitting. One of my colleagues has a dog. She's trying to blue pill me into becoming a dog person. I'm kind of pissed because it's working. That dog is cute. The thing is, it's not proportionally cute. I forget what that dog was, like $1,200, $3,000. But the thing with that dog is that the dog is not... Mr. Clinton was free, right? So one could argue that that dog is cuter than Mr. Clinton, but it's not $2,000 cuter than Mr. Clinton. Also, all things considered, when you consider that some of the highest viewed videos on this channel are Mr. Clinton, and the value of the merchandise that I've sold with Mr. Clinton's face on it, Mr. Clinton did not cost money. Mr. Clinton is actually a money-producing asset. Mr. Clinton is like a dividend-producing asset. He's like Exxon stock or something. Like you own him, but he also provides income. Looks like fun times. Indeed. Cats are better. It depends. I've had a lot of years of cats in my life, and I'll always love me. I'll miss Oreo, but maybe my next animal will be a dog. I wonder what that would do to my subscriber base. Like, what would cause me to lose more subscribers faster? Having my first sponsor or getting a dog? Like, what would be a bigger sellout? Shilling Express VPN and established titles or getting a dog? I honestly don't know at this point. I don't think Mr. Clinton's tax deductible. I don't think that's how that works. I imagine those lobbyists don't end up showing up. It would probably be better for them to ignore Austin and destroy the reputation. I don't think they're going to destroy the reputation. There's nothing I can do that would destroy those people's reputation. Because for people who like that service, there's nothing I'm going to say that's going to make somebody who wants that service say no to it because of what I said. So for everybody who doesn't like AI-powered surveillance all over their city, like those people, even no matter what they said, even if they had the best arguments in the world, they're not going to listen to. And for the people that do feel safer when they see a Bonzi buddy on a street post, the people that get sexually excited when they see cameras in their parks that don't do anything, they're not listening to me anyway. Although I feel like it doesn't make sense to say that because that's kind of a microcosm of, that's just the natural reality of politics now anyway. Like what I said is not really unique in applying it to AI-powered surveillance cameras. You can apply that to virtually any political issue of our time. Sorry. Please make a video about Google blocking APK sideloading. I did, nobody watched it unfortunately. But there's a video on that from about 1 week ago. Cats are self-sufficient, that is true. Poor cell service. It's a cell phone, bro. They all suck. It's a quad-core processor and a bunch of bloated software and a hot-ass lithium-ion battery and a really, really tiny container with no heatsink because we're obsessed with shit being as thin as possible. Not much to do there. I thought about getting a heatsink for it and a fan. My new streaming setup should have that if it shows up. I got a nice setup to be able to go over the city council thing because I'd really like to cover the city council stuff a lot more often since I live here. Like I let New York get to me, but I bought a house here. I can't let. No, I'm not gonna let. Like this is my city. I will stay and fight. Fuck that. So I would like to do that stuff more often. I got a live view, not live view, live view streaming thing. It was supposed to show up today. The fucking mail never delivered it. I got a streaming camera just in case that didn't show up in time. I got a Sony HXR NX800 streaming camcorder. That's stuck in customs, so I kind of got fucked on each side of the equation. I still have nothing besides my framework laptop that doesn't sleep and has 1 hour battery life in Linux, and my Sony NEX-EA50 from 2012, the 2012 camcorder. Hopefully something comes before Thursday. I'd like to be able to have a little bit more fun streaming those events. I also think if you stream them, more people wind up showing up. So, we'll see. I feel bad for how poorly the last stream went. We're trying to do too many things at once. What is your company about? Data recovery. Used to be data recovery until I stopped showing up on Google for it. But we're trying to fix that. Putting together a new piece of shit site right now. Hopefully we actually show up. What browser do you recommend? Brave or Firefox, really? Brave or Firefox? I usually recommend one, but I didn't realize that like everything nowadays, like you have the coffee for right-wing and left-wing people. You have fucking web browsers for right-wing and left-wing people. You probably have shoes for it. I can't fuck with this shit anymore. It's so stupid. Like it's software that 99.999% of you will never fucking pay for. Just being honest. And people like they fight to the death over. I don't like that development. Like, you're using this software for free. Now, if you were going to give them $500 of your own money, I understand it. But thank you for putting Cami in their place. Ryan Labs, always. And just so you know, just so we're on the same page here, my friend. I saw the claims that they made against you. and I never had any intention of letting them make those claims against you and hanging you out to dry. That wasn't what I was trying to. Let me just coil up this letter. My personal trainer is calling me, and I hit decline, and then I hit it again. I don't think he knows I'm streaming. Anybody who knows my personal trainer could tell him that I'm live streaming. If you don't know him, well, it's probably a reason you don't know him, so I'm not going to dox him. But if you do know him, so he doesn't think I'm ignoring him. I'm trying to coil this damn wire. Can we get clippies on signposts instead? I don't know what you mean. Instead of what? As you have to give me more information. It's an unanswerable question as it is. Let's see. Be careful out there. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Any idea why the Consumer Rights Wiki would flag me as spam? Bother Keith in Discord, or just email Keith at consumerrights.wiki and tell him to fix it. So at first, I mean, that entire thing was just AI garbage shot out by me while I was in meetings that I didn't want to be in. Because I didn't have any funding for the wiki in the beginning, so I just was making it up by myself. And it was sitting on my shitty little $5 a month Hepstone VPS. And now it's part of a real nonprofit that actually is dedicated to pushing the issues forth, the issues of ownership, and is also managing the wiki. So I actually have a real systems administrator, a real manager, like a team that are working together on that. And that's their problem. Email Keith at consumerrights.week. If you spell his name right, and you spell the name of the site right, you will reach a real person. That's my captcha. I realize that my name is a captcha. What's your email? Lewis@rossmangroup.com. Rossman? Luis? The spelling of my name is a fucking captcha. I'm okay with that. I'm a New Yorker. Who am I kidding? That's for green shirt girl. Saying I've seen you stop at stop signs. You stop at red lights. You're not a New Yorker. Are you aware the Institute for Justice is currently litigating against these kinds of cameras on Fourth Amendment grounds? The Constitution General warrants. I have not. I'm not aware of that. If they have any advice on how I can pursue what I'm doing, that would be awesome. You should get an iPhone. No. You don't want to. Why does Rossman Repair only do data recovery, not repairs now, by the way? Because doing repairs would mean paying people shit. So when I started doing this, I would buy the chips that I needed for like $5. And donor boards cost $13 to $20. And I would charge $175 to $250 for a repair. Now, getting a donor board to get some of the chips that I need costs over $300. Do the math there. Doesn't make sense anymore. There are people that still kill it in the repair industry, but every single time I meet these people, like 99 to 100% of the time, I meet people that go, you don't understand how much money there is to be made here. I ask them what they pay their employees, and it's disgusting. Like, I am not a good business owner. I'm a person that couldn't get a job, that started a business because that was his only path in life. Like, I'm not going to pretend I'm a good business owner. But one of the very few things that I take pride in as a business owner is that, for the most part, outside of like the most basic, I don't know, like high school student level shipping clerk, everybody that works for me can afford to live in the same neighborhood that I live in. And I take pride in it. I don't want to run a business where the people that I work with could not afford to live within a quarter mile of me. It's like, what the fuck am I even doing? And if I wanted to do the rest of that shit, yeah, like I'm like just killing myself to pick up scraps. I did it for as long as it was viable, and I tried for the longest period of time. I fucking tried. And I admit, I kind of failed. So we started pivoting more towards data recovery because there's still a budget for it. It's still like difficult, it's still expensive, finding stuff not always easy, but the budget is there that we can do work that allows me to afford to pay the people that I work with enough that they could actually afford to live in my neighborhood if they wanted to, while also not hating myself. There's a video on this I did at the end of 2023, like somewhere between September and November, like reflections on 15 years in a professional repair. Wonder if I lost. There's still some repairs that we do, but for the most part it's data recovery. You're keeping me from blackpilling about Austin, thank you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be blackpilled. What I've noticed is, this is kind of like where New York City was maybe 10 or 15 years Yes. I'll take the alley. I feel more comfortable with this. There's a... Austin is kind of what New York City is 15 years ago, where you see the change from the people like my mentors into the fucking yuppie high rises for the kids whose parents can afford to pay $4,000 a month for their like college and living and everything else, that don't really see struggle in life. Like New York City was a melting pot where everybody came from all these different places all over the world, and it was awesome, with one goal in mind. They worked 12 to 17 hours a day, and they worked their ass off to not have to go back to the shithole they came from. Like, that's what my grandma told me. You know, she was considered rich where she lived because she had a goat and like a couple of chickens. Like, that was rich where they did not have indoor plumbing where she lived until 1996. She worked for fucking 14 to 16 hours a day, and every single time she's like, this is a little bit too much for me. She remembered why. She wanted to come to someplace, a land of opportunity. And every time you walked into a small business, it had that energy in New York City. Every time you walked into a place, this person is trying to become the best at whatever this weird-ass niche little craft is, because they want to make it here and not go back where the hell they came from. And it's an awesome energy. I loved it. Now it's like fucking retail space for lease, retail space for lease, retail space for lease. Fucking spoiled rich kids that they're chasing, their Whole Foods and their Starbucks. And even the customers I had in East Village, like, not to shit on all of them, but like, you could just tell the people that were like born in New York City and the people who were here as a fucking luxury tourist. Never had a problem in life. Like, their Chase account goes below $2,000 and there's a notification that gets sent out to their parents, kind of thing. And it changes the feel of a place, you know? Sound coming out, audio. Yeah, there's not much I can do about that. I'm walking with a cell phone, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm walking with a cell phone, I can't do. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. You think data recovery businesses are more at risk with how more and more devices are soldering and encrypting storage? Well, no, I think that brings up the value of data recovery. Because now you can't just desolder the storage and have the thing work again. If you try desoldering the storage to make it work, it's not going to work. So when you encrypt the storage in the device, what you're actually doing is you are adding job security to the people that do repair, to some extent. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're making it more expensive to fix shit, and that's not a good thing for the rest of the public. It's not what I'm advocating for. Almost like it's the opposite of what I've been advocating for. Fucking soldered on bullshit. That's where we are. That's where the shit's always going. Holy fuck, I see a policeman in Austin. I've never seen this before. I mean, I guess I've seen it on 6th Street. I have seen this on 6th Street on a Friday or a Saturday night. But outside of that, and even those, I'm not necessarily convinced they're not just mannequins. Holy crap. It's like you see this shit once every 7 years. It's like a cicada. You consider leaving Austin for a better city? I mean, I'm at the point in my life where things are mostly the same everywhere you go. There's different issues in different cities and different trade-offs and everything, but like, the things that would make my life better are not things that I would find in a different place. If that makes any sense. Yeah, to me, Austin is simply New York City 15 years behind. Like, I fully expect this to be this retail space for lease and a playground for people that got tech jobs and started jobs working at weird startups based on really low interest rates that don't actually make net profit. U.S. government property, no loitering. Good luck with the Austin City Hall fight. Hello, Mr. Biomed. Hope everything's going well with you. We will see. I hope so. I'm not sure. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just kind of make it up as I go. I can't argue with the results so far, though. Not perfect. Could be much worse. One moment. Be right back. How are you feeling about it? I don't know what it is. Louis, are you hiring? No. I take it back. My executive director is hiring a policy person, but that's totally separate from something I'm going to hire from off of YouTube. Also not me doing the hiring. Let's see. You're fighting the good fight by showing up. Yes, thank you, Jirox. And how do I get other people to see that? I'm hoping I can figure out a way to get other people to see that too. It doesn't matter if you and I believe it. It matters if I can get a few hundred other people to believe it. Looks like we have a scammer. Scammer go bye-bye. Texas has room to grow. The triangle of Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin will become one big mega city. The thing with Houston is it's kind of... Houston is like they tried to do New York City without a subway. And they tried to do New York City with minimal public transit. And like, I give you an A for effort, but Not Just Bikes is a pretty good video on Houston. I find it's not for me. Like, I get that, you know, the car infrastructure is kind of a meme. I say that as I get a driver's license in my mid-30s and buy a car, but it is seriously a meme in Houston. I mean, like, every time you go to someplace, like the parking lot between the buildings, it looks like an island. Every building, everything is separate from the next thing by this giant island of just cars and just giant parking lot. It's like you go to a convention center and I can see a store. It's right there. I can see it in front of me, but I can't walk to it without dying. It's just, I'm not used to that. I'm not saying that everything is supposed to be walkable, but it's really weird to be able to physically see something. I don't know if I'm still 20/20 vision. I'm gonna be 37. I never got glasses. But like, if I can physically see a building and I can read the sign on it and it's not in crazy big font, I want to be able to walk to it. It feels unnatural driving everywhere. I think I may have went to Dallas once, I forget. Not much. Someone said get Asmongold. Someone else says Asmongold is too stupid for this. Listen, personally, I do not, anybody, like, firstly, stop arguing and bitching in the comments about this. Anybody who is willing to talk about why being spied on all the time by surveillance cameras powered by AI, where all the footage is stored in one central location, anybody willing to talk about why that's a bad idea is a welcome addition to the team. I don't give a shit what you think about the rest of everything else. The only way you win in stuff like this is broad coalition. If Asmongold wants to bring that up, why not? I'm not here to police who gets to talk about the things I care about. And frankly, here's the thing that's scary about this. So this company has, so there's a lot of opposition, check. The best example that they were able to give me, and to be clear, like, I kind of did the Jim Camp thing with the interview that I have with the guy. Somebody from the company reached out to me and wanted to talk. And I did the thing. Jim Camp has this thing where it's like, if you sound a little stupid, he has a good book, Start With No. It's a great negotiating book. If you sound a little bit stupid and you're not really all there, that people are going to open up to you in a different way. So I said some stupid shit on this phone call. Like, I wasn't the best rested. And whoa. Echo. Whoa. I just heard that. That is crazy. What was this? What was I just talking about? So like, I wasn't trying to be as hardcore as possible. I just wanted to see if I could get the gentleman to open up a little bit. Wow. That was something else. That was something else, man. I didn't say, like, give me your best example and there's an audience of people and everything like that. He volunteered to me that one of the first examples he brings up is how this we're trying to prevent crime before it happens. Everybody else has these tiny cameras. Everybody else has a really small camera because what they're really concerned about is making sure that you know who did the bad thing and that they don't know that they're being watched. And our idea is that if the cameras are really big, people will know that they're being watched and they'll change their behavior. And the best example this dude could bring up to me was a bombing where kids made some sort of bomb out of fireworks and put it in a garbage pail. Really? Really? And they found it after they blew it up, hours later. It doesn't sound like preventing crime to me. It sounds like Bonzi buddies asleep at the wheel. I was not impressed with that example. So the example is shit. They lied straight up. They said this is not through facial recognition. I go to your website. It's right there. And it's not a general FAQ, because somebody's going to say that. They're going to say this is a general FAQ, and this general FAQ, they're just talking about machine learning in general. No. How LVT helps you. How LVT helps you, not in general. So, what do you do with that? So I realized that I walked in the wrong direction. No. So, if you can't get rid of that in a city that's already been burned by AI surveillance cameras once and knows that they suck, then you're just fucked. You're screwed. It's a perfect test case. Their own marketing department, the best example they can give you when their entire sales pitch is we stop crime from happening is a crime that already happened that should have been obvious to spot. Like kids building a bomb and putting it into a trash can. I mean, if your AI can't detect that, then fuck my life. Mistral 7B would find that shit. Untrained Mistral 7B would probably find that shit. So when you combine the factors, okay, it's expensive, check. The city talking about implementing them as a budget crisis, check. The city that's talking about implementing it has organizers and somebody with 2.5 million YouTube subscribers bringing attention to it constantly, check. And they've lied to the public and their clients on their own website, check. Like, if they get a contract anyway, then we're fucked. And the rest of the country is fucked too. Because I don't know how you're going to get that shit out of your city if I can't get it out of mine under these circumstances. Like, this should be a softball. This is not a Derek Jeter pitch. This is like a 5-year-old lopping a ball at you. If I lose at this, like, I give up at life. I hang my YouTube channel up. I quit my nonprofits. I go back to work at Model Sporting Goods for $6 an hour. I put some price tags on some basketballs, and I admit that that's all my life should amount to. If you lose at this, move to Paraguay. Dude, if I lose at this, I don't deserve to live in America or Paraguay. I deserve to live on Mars. No oxygen. I'm not kidding. This should be easy. If I fail at organizing people for something like this, I give up. This is easy. Section 1201 of the Digital Amendment and Copyright Act, that's going to be a tough one. This should be easy. Whereas Clinton, he's at home. I don't walk my cat. All right. I used up my drink. I live very far away from downtown. It's about time to get some rest. I have a meeting at 9:30 tomorrow morning. I haven't figured out why the calendar notifications don't work on my phone. It's been on my list of things to do for a while, but my calendar distracts me, so I haven't been motivated to figure it out. I really do have to figure that out. One of the problems with being the boss of your own organizations is that There's nobody to yell at you on stupid shit like this. But it does affect your productivity. Hello from Virginia. I've called my Congress people about these issues to get the voice heard. Thanks for the conversation. Awesome. Whew. All right. Now it's time to get out of here. See you all next time. Bye now.